Hey, Palm Springs Church family. Hey, it's so great to be with you here with Pastor Danielle. And hey, we have an important announcement to make. As many of you know, our church opened its doors for an in-person worship service on July 4th. Boy, and it was fantastic. And hey, we just want to say a big thank you to all of those that attended. It was so great to see all of you, to worship with all of you. Really just a fantastic time, and really all in our team as well.
Yes, our team, thank you so much. You all have no idea how much work actually went into making this church service happen. Countless hours on the part of our task force committee, who met several times to try to make sure that this worship service was as safe as possible.
That's right.
And not just our task force committee, but the team who actually made the worship service happen. Thank you, because they, stepped up to do the screening and ushering and all of that, all of the safety measures that we came up with in our task force committee. Our team on Sabbath just made it all happen, and they did such a fantastic job. I heard wonderful reports, and we're just so grateful for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Big thank you to the team. Again, it really was a fantastic worship experience. On July 6th, our church board met. We had some new developments, and in our church board decided to postpone in-person worship services until the end of the summer. And, there were a few reasons why. One of them was the spike. And Pastor Danielle, you can kind of give us a little bit more information on that.
Yeah, so as many of you know, anyone who watches the news has probably heard that we have had a spike in COVID-19 cases. And not just COVID-19 cases, but also hospitalizations, ICU hospitalizations, and even deaths. And so we want to take that information seriously. And we also want to recognize that our hospitals are quickly becoming overwhelmed. I know of hospitals who are having to shut down, certain units to make room for more COVID patients, or converting to ICU units for other patients who are non-COVID patients. And it's quickly becoming overwhelming for many of our hospitals. I know that as of last week, our Riverside County hospitals were at 99% capacity. So we want to take that information very seriously.
Right. There were other factors that contributed to this decision, with the spike, again, knowing that, historically the months of August and July are not the most active for our community. We decided to move in this direction. But one of the main reasons that really, caused us again to reevaluate our reopening, we received news on Monday morning that one of our church members who had worshiped with us on Sabbath had gone in to the hospital for COVID symptoms. And so at that point in time, we convened as a church board, again, to kind of prayerfully go through the situation, to evaluate the situation, to assess it. We contacted those who, what the CDC calls close contact to this individual, informing them of the situation. And we also sent out an email to all of those that worshiped with us on Sabbath morning. And again, I just want to say a big thank you to our team. Our team did a tremendous job in maintaining social distancing with the facial masks, facial coverings. So really minimized really this whole situation. But with that in mind, again, our church board decided that at this time, it would be best for us to postpone our in-person church service, and we will now continue online. And, church, we just wanted to say, even though that our church will be closed, hey, our church will continue to be active. And just very quickly, just some of the events that are coming up, just so we can all be aware of, is the first one is Vacation Bible School.
Vacation Bible School is happening every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for all the kids in our church family. And if you know of any kids, it's not too late to register. So you can find that information on our newsletter or on our website.
Absolutely. Also, we want to be really intentional about our prayer. We are a church that believes in the power of prayer. And Tuesday evenings, we are meeting for a Zoom prayer meeting. It's been fantastic. If you'd like to join us, we would love to have you. And that happens every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. So make plans for that.
We also have youth Sabbath school every Sabbath at 10 a.m. on Zoom. So we'll continue to do that every Sabbath at 10 a.m. on Zoom.
Right. And one of the things that I know I'm looking forward to, Pastor Danielle, we've been working on a series that's coming up here in August entitled "If Our Pews Could Talk." And what we are going to be doing is we are going to be hearing from some of our church family about their walk and their journey with Jesus. If these pews could talk. And so we're really excited about that series that's coming up.
I'm very excited.
Yeah. But again, we are closing our doors, but church, we are going to continue to be active.
So our board decided to suspend in-person worship services until September 12th. We are going to continue to monitor this situation with the rise in COVID cases. We'll continue to pray, and we invite you to pray with us. And we're just going to continue being the church. And we know that, as Tony always wraps up every Sabbath, church is not a place you go to, it's a family that you belong to. And so we are still a church family, and we look forward to worshiping with you online.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, like Pastor Danielle mentioned, we want to continue to pray, and we want to encourage you to pray for all of those all those affected. In church, we remember that Jesus promised to be with us during this time, and that really there's no need to fear or become anxious or worry, because we serve a good God. And if you have any need for pastoral care, again, please don't hesitate to contact your pastoral team. We are available for any concerns that you need. Hey, we're here to serve, and we are so happy that we have an opportunity to partner with you in growing God's kingdom here in Palm Springs. Hey, thank you again for this time. Pastor Danielle, we will see you later.